So the wheels are fairly easy to pull off. All I had to do is just unscrew them from the attachments on the bike. And then I wanted to take some parts off of this so that I can do some other kit bashing to it. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to cut off one of this fender here and the fender on the front. And it'd be easier if I could get to it without having to interfere with any of these parts. So I was trying to figure out, how do we split this in half? And didn't realize that right underneath this piece here, this actually pops right off. It's kind of hard to do with one hand. Let me just stop the camera for a second. So it pops right off. As you can see here, these two plastic pegs connect to this part of the bike, and right here where there's a hole right here, this third hole, that's where the screw is. So I just unscrewed it and the bike can now split apart. That was one of the ways I was able to get, I was actually able to get this whole part pulls right off. But then when you leave that part off, the bike stops right here. So I kind of wanted the bike to continue a little bit. So I'm just going to cut off the fender. I'll probably cut it right, it's harder to see from this side, but right where this line is right here, I'm going to cut the fender off from there and then do the same thing on the other side. You'll notice the line better once this is in place, because then it's about evenly matched on either side. And then this fender here, I have this line to follow right down here. I have that. I'm going to be following that line here and cutting off the fender from there, and then doing the same on this side as well, cutting it off from there so that there's no fender. So the reason why I want to do that is because I want to add some new greebly parts to it. So some of the parts that I want to use with this are these. These are from the prequels, those flying droids. I forget what they're called now.
Roger, roger. Roger, roger. Roger, roger.
But yeah, these are the wings for those droids, and they also end up being the legs. So when they're standing up, they stand up like that and they walk. Really, I always thought that was kind of a weird looking droid, but these would be great. So what I'll be doing is right at the edge of here, I'll probably be cutting them off from right there so that I can be placing them on the inside of these spokes here, or those pegs there, like right where that hole is. So I kind of want it to look something like that, but then it'll be cut off from about there. So I'm gonna try to round it off so that it rounds off into this section here. So kind of see how the fender kind of rounds off into it. I kind of want to do a similar style, but with these. So these are going to be on the inside part. So right in here, they're going to be on the inside part there. And maybe I might be fortunate enough to be able to attach screws so that they stay in place, or I just may end up gluing them on and adding some other greeblies on the outside to make it look a little bit more finished. So yeah, so those are going to be almost like stabilizing wings on the front, and then in between those I want to put this awesome little goodie. I think it's supposed to be a gun. This was actually attached to a custom speeder that Zilla Customs made for me, so you should go and check him out on Instagram, Zilla Customs. He's making some really awesome stuff. He was actually mentioned in Toy Domination's build video. He was mentioning a few of the creators. He's one that has this really cool underworld, I think it's called. I can't remember the name of the lore, but it's actually really cool with dinos and like it's a dystopian type sci-fi world. Definitely go and check him out on Instagram. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check them out. But yeah, really cool stuff. So I ended up a while back doing a trade with them, and this was attached to one of the speeders that he had sent me in the trade. And I just liked a lot of the thrusters, and I'm probably going to do something else with the speeder now. So this is one of the thrusters that was on it, and I decided to take it off. It looks like it actually was like a weapon of some kind. But yeah, so basically what I want to do is in between the two wings, right in the middle, I kind of want to place this. So it's almost like an air intake kind of thing. So this would be in between the wings like that. And then for the back part of it, what I've done here is I'm going to, well, what I'll be doing is I'll be attaching this piece. Now it looks familiar, but you probably don't know where it's from because of this color, but normally it's this color down here, and it goes to the snow speeder from The Empire Strikes Back. So I painted it silver because I was going to use it in another project. Didn't quite work out for that project because it ended up looking cooler without it. So I'll be shaving this little nub down, and then I'll be placing this back here. So once I cut the nub down, it'll fit right in there perfectly. Oh, actually, it's going to go this way. And the reason why it's going to go that way is because at the end of this, like on this flat end here, I'll be gluing down this thruster. So I'll be gluing that down. I just have to shave this down a little bit because there's a little nub on here too. So I'm gonna have to shave that down. I don't know if it's focusing. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to shave that part down, then I'll glue that. It almost fits perfectly once it's shaved down onto this piece here. So that's gonna be the thruster for the back, and that's gonna slide right in back there once I cut the little peg off of this. And it's gonna fit in there, and then I'll be able to put back the original part that sat in here, so where the exhaust was. So that's going to go right back inside there, and then what I'll do is from the exhaust pipe I'm going to run a tube or a wire that connects to this thruster thing at the back here. So this will be there, then this will be here, and then there's going to be a wire that runs over to there. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to add a little bit of paint to it. And then this front part here, I'll be taking this off because I want to get to some of the parts underneath. One of the things that I want to do is glue this in place because I don't want it to be turning anymore, as it does turn the front end of the bike. So I kind of want to see how it turns all that. So I want to glue that down so that stays straight all the time. And that's going to be for my awesome Ryll figure here. So I've done a little bit more additions to them. So I added this Joy Toy belt. I'm gonna have to glue it down because it's a little too loose. And also I added these two holsters. Now they're both supposed to be for the left side, but I managed to use them on either side of his legs. I may add some paints to that. I may not even use this body. I may just keep the head and use an entirely different body. And I'm also waiting to get this jacket, which should be coming soon. And I'll be using that because it's soft goods on him as well. Hopefully it'll fit. If not, that's why I may need to use a different body because his arms are pretty thick. And I'm not exactly sure how Hiya Toys pegs their arms into the bodies. I don't really want to go and pull it apart and then I can't use it again because it wasn't that cheap. So I might just pull his head off and just, you know, use another head on there so it just ends up being like a civilian, and then using a different body so that I can use for this particular character. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this.
A few moments later.
Okay, so here's some updates. So we've gotten some progress done here. So mainly the back thrusters has been done. So as you guys know, this is from the snow speeder. I had cut the part off, shaved it down, and now it's actually glued into place, which is really cool. Everything's actually being held, so that's in place. I like how that's turned out. Not done yet, so I have some greebies to add to that. And then I've added this little thruster here. As you know, it had a little knob as well. I cut that off, shaved it down so it's a little bit more flat because it was on an angle, and now it's sitting there. However, I'm contemplating maybe changing this out and not using that back end thruster because I do like how it looks, but I kind of feel it's missing something, and I think this might actually look better. Okay, so what I've done so far is on the inside part of both of these wings, I've shaved them down so that they're a little bit more flat and flush with the edge of the wings, so that way I could glue them together. So as you can see, it's not perfect, so I'm gonna have to fill up some of that gap with putty. And then I'm going to repaint. I'll be repainting this whole piece as one. I'm probably going to have to fix up the back end here so that once it's on the bike, it'll look a lot better. Because as you can see, it's pretty sloppy work on my part on the back end. But initially I had cut them separately. So I have to figure out exactly how I want the back end to look. I may add another piece to it so that when it fits on there, it's a little bit more flush with the bike on that rounded edge there, so that when this slides in, it'll all look like it's all integrated into the bike, but better than how it would look with this sloppy cuts here. So yeah, I definitely have to fix that up. I might take another 2 wings and then just cut off the edges off of those and slip them on or glue them onto this part here. I'll have to cut it a little bit more flat so I can glue parts onto there. I don't know, I'm still gonna figure that part out. I'm playing around with it, but at least now it's just one piece, so it's all glued together now. And then on the inside there, I'm going to see if I can get some greeblies that I can glue inside there so it doesn't look so hollow. But I'm liking how this is going so far. Then the other thing I've done is on the back end of the bike is I've pulled off the thruster that I had there before. So this thruster has now been removed, and I am now working on fixing this one. So I just cut off the back end of this because it was round. It was like a little pointed end, so it wouldn't have fit flush on the engine. So I cut it flat. I'm now sanding it so that it's going to be sitting flush on the back end of that. And then this little wing part here is going to glue on to the top part. And then, as I said before, what I'm going to be doing too is running a tube either from here or either a tube or a wire from there into the engine. I might even make it connect directly to this this wing part. I don't know, I'm still playing around with ideas in regards to that, but stay tuned, we got more in store.